I got some shit, man. I'm gonna speak a little bit on this shit. I mean, I got a whole bunch of audio as well as video illustrations, but I have to look at it for what it is. Beyond me just sitting here doing a lecture. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm just gonna say this shit, and I'm like, no. I'm like straight up no. However, there are people who have lived amongst white folks who believe because white people let you in their world that they're free. This is like if something is wrong with me. I can't believe that I cannot articulate myself like I used to. You know, when I let you hear the audio illustration as well, or I don't know where I heard it at, that the older you get, the more of your cognitive awareness from your natural born ability to have the strength of what your knowledge base's excellence or most high was. Every year you live your life, you lose it from that point of what was your peak. And I truly do believe that. I wish that I was faking, like, I'm fighting against my will to get the words out when I never used to have to do that. So I have so much empathy and care gingerly for Biden and anybody who suffers from, mishaps or um, mind farts, or who's dealing with uh, the proper terms of Alzheimer's and just anything that makes the mind not work correctly. I mean, it could be anything, your diet, you being you know what I'm saying? You being dehydrated, stressed out, or just nervous. Like when this audio comes on, I truly know what to say, but sometimes I just get a mind lapse or a mind fart, or just like I can't get the words out automatically. Even in my raps, I make mistakes, but I keep pushing forward. And that's what I'm doing in life. I'm fighting for my voice in the reason of change in my mind as I'm becoming an elder statesman. It's embarrassing when people call me Unc because I'm not believing that I'm older. But I'm in denial of that. I got to catch myself trying to pimp game to some of these hoes out here because for real, they don't know how to communicate. You could walk circles around them and pull them in if you really wanted to. My competency is good enough in that area, but I feel strange about it because I want to be taken seriously instead of taking advantage of some woman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always age appropriate, but I'm just saying some of them just yield because I am elder statesman. But I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to always have my reflection or example to correlate with females because I don't think they're the weakest link. I think their submissiveness comes with respect. And if you can handle your business to help them relax around you. So I don't want to utilize them. But I'm just saying, are we free as blacks in America? This motherfucker had the audacity to think we are and say we are, and that Martin Luther King's dream of us being able to be judged by the content of our character. Now, now, it is your skin that's black. It is how you carry yourself and how you think and how you act. But let's be straight up and down. You always run into a motherfucker that's gonna give your nigga wake up card. I promise you keep on living. As much as you think you're sitting at the table, I tell you right now, you'll get some of the hillbillies or some of them upper class white folks that will remind you by the cutting shit that they say. That's why I stay away from it. I'm not playing games with you, man. I only live life once. And I don't want to be sitting around someone who got funky ass breath. Or sitting at somebody's house that I don't want to be with. Or I'm laying up with somebody and they stink. Or I have to be at something I don't want to be at, or working somewhere I don't want to work, or living a life that I don't want to live. I'm just giving examples. I'm not saying these are things I'm going through. I'm not going through none of those things, and I'm not having relationship problems now, and I don't feel like I'm having cognitive disassociation or awareness problems right now. I'm just in my best position when I'm not dealing with, like, I have to deal with avoidance because I don't want to physically knock a motherfucker out, or we be squabbling, or I gotta walk away, and that's what they win. I just like being by myself. But what's his name? Tim Scott. I'm gonna let y'all hear the audio. I got much shit, man. It's just like bizarre. It's bizarre. And when I let y'all hear this stuff, I don't know where y'all at with it. I don't know where y'all at with it. I'm not trying to convince y'all to be like me. I'm not asking you to come to me. Like there's this person, this white car that comes to see where I'm at every single fucking day. And I got a picture of their car, too. I just don't have their license plates, but if I ever call the authority, they'll get their GPS location, and they'll zoom down on it, and they'll know who it is. Some unknown reason, they just psycho. They on what you call, like they say in New York, they on my dick. For real, for real. Like, I'm going to use that as the image instead of what I have there now when I come up out of here and done talking. I was listening to Jason Black, but I don't want to listen to that bullshit relationship talk tonight. He got a channel called The Black Authority, and he got one called The Business. Right now he's talking about Chris Brown, how he can pull bitches and shit. I don't care about that. Fuck Chris Brown. If your old lady decides to go and fuck with a dude just because he did a meet and greet and she gives all her goods up to him, you never had her anyways. I mean, I could be starstruck by a bitch, but she ain't gonna suck my right away. She ain't gonna do everything I want, even if I paid her. I'm talking about super. You think Holly Berry or J-Lo or Kim Kardashian or any of them gonna have a meet and greet, and the first thing they're gonna do is allow me to be all up on them with my legs wrapped around them? That's double standards. Hoes ain't gonna do that, no matter how much I paid them. Think you gonna pull a titty out and say, suck this titty right here. I will lift up my vagina and let you just rub all on it. You can lick on it too. You think they're gonna do that? They're gonna bend over and show all their goods and stuff? No. So I don't know what the fuck Jason Black is talking about. But that's okay. You know, he can do what he want to do. If it works, it works. That's why I say you can't listen to everybody as content creators. That's just, to me, I don't know. I don't even give a fuck. I'm talking about this topic right now, and I'm gonna let you hear that Don Lemon shit too. I am like this. When it comes to this racism shit, racism still exists. We are behind the eight ball, so many years behind that some people walk around this earth like airheads. They're like airheads. And they're such in the clouds that because they've been chosen to be the chosen ones as the gatekeeper, again, they are the coons and the buffoons and the assholes. But we come singly. We don't come as a unit unless it's detrimental to the entire community. Do we ever come as a unit? But it has to be something I would assume negative. Like if we got a child molester in the neighborhood and we don't know where they at, then we as black people come together as a unit. Or if we do have an invasion or, we have to protect all of our own if you're in a black community. But the majority of us are trying to live up to what the fuck Master says do. And that's the realest of the real. They think we made it. We made it, nigga. The red, white, and blue is everything I ever wanted. I know the red, black, and green is not. Them niggas over in Africa are the ones that help sell us out. Them tough, whatever they call them, they don't want to do. They don't have shit to do with us. They think we are beneath them. Tethers think we are beneath them. They think they are the brilliant ones. They think they are the ones that are better than us. I'd rather be anything except a nigga. I'll tell you that right now. Shit, I hear you. I hear you talking. When we line up for reparations, I want you to say that. When they passing out them checks, you better get your bitch ass away from me. The black farmers are in painful situations. Black women are still getting taken advantage of. People of color. What did they say? Blacks yesterday? They don't even know how to correctly communicate with us. Blacks? The fuck? In 2024, you still do not know how to communicate with us? Okay. Well, I guess they say Asians and Mexicans. I guess they gotta say blacks. But people of color, they, as in white supremacy, look at all of us. And we have to keep reiterating this for you all that are living in a delusional state of mind. The Kardashians think they black. Until it's time to deal with the law, then they try to get that passive white card. But, yeah, let me let you hear this motherfucker talk. I can't believe it. I mean, it's just like, I can't believe it. Stop and think about this shit, man. I just can't believe it. Let me give y'all a little taste of this bullshit.
Get so little credit for the progress we've made. The whole notion of judging a person on the content of their character, not the color of their skin, has happened. It's not going to happen. It's not around the corner. It's in the rearview mirror. We are living Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Again, I call on the King family to sue the next person who invokes the great Martin Luther King Jr.'s name for this. King family, can we forget peace for just one moment? Can we sue? I'm tired of this. Tim Scott on Fox and Friends basically saying racism is over in America. We are living Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. It's a nightmare. And you still haven't woken up. It's a nightmare. I need you to hear this.
Is there anything that would get you not to vote for Donald Trump in this election?
No.
What about issues that what if he committed another crime? Is there anything that would disqualify him from your vote?
I can't think of any personally. No, I can't think of any.
Is there anything that he could do to lose your support?
Say he hate black people. Like, just straight out say he hate black people. Then yeah. But other than that, I mean, he hasn't really, there have been some things about him subliminally saying it. But, if he straight out said it, then, yeah, you kind of lost him out.
What about the other guy? And I'm asking this because you brought up race, who served the first black president in U.S. ran with the first African-American vice president to sit in that office. Pretty impressive stuff, even if it's window dressing. Let's say at its worst, it's window dressing, but at its best, it's about progress. What about that? Does that not sway you in a way? And in terms of the people that he is, the policies he's tried to implement on race?
I just made you a moderator, Atlas.
I don't really have an answer to that. To be honest, I don't really have an answer to that.
Because you said subliminally, Trump has said some things that are not really in favor of black people, right?
But Biden has too. I've heard a lot of videos and seen a lot of videos on YouTube about him, throwing shots at, or not, I wouldn't say throwing shots, but saying things about the African American community and stuff like that. I feel like he's not all for blacks. You know what I mean? He's not all, him or anybody in this party. They just want to put money in their pockets, to be honest with you.
Thank you. I would like for the casting director who was given the job of filling out the group blacks for Trump to recast them. Can you recast blacks for Trump? I'm not liking any of this.
Let me just be very clear. To Tim Scott and Wesley Hunt and Byron Donaldson and Clarence Thomas and every other black man in the Republican Party with a white wife who's trying to go to that cookout with them raisins and the potato salad. Racism is not over, and it doesn't matter from which mountaintop you scream it, even if it's Stone Mountain. You don't make racism disappear in America because you said so, and it makes your white wife and her family comfortable. And to sit from South Carolina, where black people were murdered in one of the oldest churches in this country, oldest black church, for praying while black, to say that racism is in the rear view is absolutely disgusting, especially when, from birth, black women are 3 to 4 times more likely than white women to die in childbirth? How is that equal? How is that living the king's dream? How? To say that we are equal when black men are receiving 20% more sentence than white men for the same crime when they got similar criminal history? How is that equal? How is it to say that when black schools, majority black schools, are less funded than white schools, majority white schools? How is that living America's dream? How is that King's 4 little kids being able to live a life where they're not judged by the color of their skin and rather the content of their character? This guy is full of everything. And it's absolutely disgusting that Tim Scott, being from South Carolina, is dastardly, unless you put him in the context of all of the other step and fetch black men that exist. Tim Scott is the reason Harriet Tubman carried a gun. It wasn't for the white slave owners. It was for the Negroes that were willing to expose the Underground Railroad. This guy constantly exposed the Underground Railroad. Lastly, these black people out here capping for Donald Trump, I need them to hear me and hear me well. Every religion don't believe in hell, but for every black person out here supporting Trump, pretending that he's not racist, there's a wonderful, wonderful vacation spot for you in hell, regardless of your religion.
So there are a few out there. And the question was, what would make you stop stop voting for this bigot, this racist, this misogynist, this clown. I thought they were going to say if he stopped funding Cash App for me, if he stopped sending them the payments, and I might go away, because I can't understand why you would associate yourself in such a disgraceful manner. I am just at a loss here, Mayor. I know you're in North Carolina, and I wouldn't send you across the border of South Carolina, even on a special mission for me, but I had hoped someone could locate Senator Scott's girlfriend, Mindy, and tell her, girl, go on and take him away from all of us.
Yeah, listen, I think there's a certain kind of black person that is willing to pretend. I'm not telling you that you can't be conservative. I mean, right, let's be clear. There are a segment of black people that are absolutely conservative. What I am saying is conservatism does not and should not require of you to tell lies about what black people are suffering through. This man, a Senate, and who will be taken care of by tax dollars for the rest of his life, is sitting in a state where he's from, is the poorest state where black people are suffering the most. Some of the most poor people in this country are in his state. And he's pretending that it's because they're lazy or that racism is in the rearview and they're not trying as hard as he did or as hard as anybody else. It is ludicrous to me that people are willing to do this. And it is absolutely disgusting when they say that everybody has equal chance in America or that everybody should be treated equal, when we would never say that to people who've been handicapped by any situation, right? If someone has been made handicapped by an accident, a car accident, that person now is in a wheelchair. We need to have ramps so that person can access buildings and everything. We need to have elevators so they can reach the next floors. Black people are constantly being handicapped by not an accident, by an intention called America. And America is not willing to provide elevators. They still want us to walk up the stairs of chance, even though we're on the negative 200th floor and everybody else has started on ground zero. So I am disgusted with Tim Scott and the lights. And if it requires that much of your soul to be seen as a black Republican, then damn you to hell.
Yeah, I still want to get word across the border that Tim Scott, I want his card back, and he's not to come to any cookout. He is not to come to any cookout. I would like to get word to him that you're gone. You're gone for good, and I don't believe you should be coming back. I had nuts one time. I was invited somewhere. They actually put nuts in the potato salad, too. Doesn't that sound crazy? Knock it off.
I think playtime is over. I mean, way past being over. The time for us to sit in denial about our plight in life after this blatant disrespect that we're getting. I'm traumatized. I really, literally am traumatized. The only safe haven I can find is not to communicate. And it works. Like I said, not a friend, an associate that I work with told me that it's best to go ahead and utilize I'm just at a loss of words for it, man. This shit is pathetic. You know, as you move socially up the ladder, you think you've achieved success and you are living the American dream when you're just a fucking you're just a fucking puppet and you don't realize it. Or you might just live an eternal life of denial. There are people who live like that. They look in the mirror and they don't see the real them. They live a lie. This is not all that I'm about. I'm not a race baiter. I'm not a person that only cares to talk about racism. But the unfairness that I'm seeing while I'm alive, and things are easily, or rather can be easily taken care of if the people in charge would stop lying and listening with deaf ears, do what we say. What is it that you need? I need my reparations now. Or how can we do that? You can just put it in my bank account. Okay, it'll be in there in about 10 minutes. Thank you, sir. Secondly, which first of all, I'll take rather the commitment in policy, procedures, and in legislation, an apology to African Americans in writing as a national announcement to the entire United Nations and the world for the current sitting president to tell the whole world that they apologize for the atrocities that happened during slavery. And then you can come with the financial means. And it ain't too hard to find us where we at. You know why a lot of Mexicans weren't able to do what they were able to do and get what they really wanted to? Because a lot of them were hiding. And now they have access and they're needed. They're all out here. And all races of people who are international, they were hiding, or they were being bullied by the illegals and the cartels in America. But now that they're allowed to be here, oh, they moving rapidly. Because I'm telling you, if Biden gets in there, he gonna make change happen. I mean, excuse me, if Trump gets in there, he's gonna make change happen. I don't know if it's gonna work, but he's definitely going to try. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, I'm bigger than just talking about color of skin, but this shit's real. You don't think that they want their white entitlement and white privilege when they go places that you should already know better? That's racism. That a black man should never ever talk back to a white woman or a white man? That's racism. You gotta know better. I think you know how the roadie business is going for me if you look at the app that I have and all the places I've gone today. I actually, I don't know. I'm gonna be calm, because that right there is enough to set me off. Because I actually did live videos all day long of me doing roadie apps. And you're asking me, how is the roadie app going? Live videos with me pulling out tires out of my van more than I ever have today. From beginning of picking up a load, live, doing the paperwork, putting the tires back in my vehicle, going all the way to Midlothian. I think that's what they call it. I can't do it, man. I don't think I'm built for this shit, man. I really don't think I'm built to be a content creator. Because people are just talking to fucking me talking. I swear to God to you. It's just like kids. You're like, yo, you really doing this to me? All these fucking videos I put up all day for no reason. You're my main person that listens to me all the time for my rap music. I put up about 5 or 6 rap songs in a row. In a row. In a fucking row. don't know what to do. God, please help me. Help me, God.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
I mean, for real, just fucking help me, man. Because these people in this fucking world is not gonna help me. They don't give a shit about me. And I mean that. They don't give a fuck about me. I'm the last of the dying breed. Nobody gives a fuck about me, man. I'm on this earth by my goddamn self. Why the fuck I gotta be out here like this in the trap? What the hell happened to this shit called motherfucking rap? I don't know. Nobody cares about it, man. They give a fuck only about themselves. Self-preservation. Climb up the mountain. Climb up the mountain. Climb up the mountain. Climb up this motherfucking mountain. Just to be motherfucking free. It's a thanks I get. Come on, man. Nobody gives a shit about the trap god. Hello. Listen what you want, dog. All you really want, dog. It's another nigga acting fool, y'all. Speaking about some shit that don't even make no sense. I mean the words that I say every day. Pimped out, joked out, fucked up. When a nigga talk real shit, what's up? Let's get it off the real shit. Let's get to the fake shit. Yeah, this superficial shit. I'm official with this dope ass wicked game. Watch my work and watch my fuck fame. Of the fortune, what is up to no good. What's the thing out here for this motherfucking hood called gangsta life? Gangsta life. Shit. I ain't taking serious, man. I mean, I ain't trying to have no pity party. But I know the truth. This is all that people want from us, is to be clowns. To entertain them. When we talk about something serious, they go left field. That's all we known for. Being fucking entertainers. Man, I'm out. Fuck this shit, man. I'm not gonna deal with this bullshit. Fuck all this bullshit, man.